Checking, checking. There we go. Hey, how are you, my friends? This is the Your Book, Your Voice coffee chat. Glad to be here. I do this every Thursday at this time, uh, really as an open forum to talk about the audiobook world. Now, of course, I do have topics that I choose to talk about, but again, if there is anything that you'd like me to talk about regarding the audiobook world, let me know, right? I am Robert A. Lane. I am an audiobook coach and producer. I specialize in helping authors, especially nonfiction authors, narrate their own audiobook. So if you're a nonfiction author, and even a fiction author too, depending on how your book is written, but you need to narrate your own audiobook, period. Especially for nonfiction authors, it's your story. You should be telling your story. It's coming from the source, and that source is you. That source is you. You need to be telling your own story in your own voice. Okay. Your voice has been imprinted literally in your written word. And what you're doing when you narrate your audiobook is you're just bringing it to life. And that's a great thing. That's a great thing. It's a great decision that you are making as an author brand, because you are a brand, and as an entrepreneur, which is a great thing to be able to do. Entrepreneurship, yeah, it's tough, but you know what? You wrote a book, you published a book, it's out there in the world. You are a professional. I don't consider any author who's published a book a hobbyist. No, man, you are a professional. Whether you do it to, make money off your book, or you're just doing it just because you want it out there and you have a story to share, you're still an entrepreneur. And turning your book into an audiobook is such a great way of taking your book to the next level and making a great business decision as an entrepreneur, right? Yes. By turning your book into an audiobook that you narrate yourself. I say this all the time. You are the CEO of you. You really are. As an entrepreneur, the decisions, the buck stops with you. You are the CEO of you. And all the decisions that you make for your author brand need to move your business forward. All right. So on today's coffee chat, I just wanted to share with you some audiobook stats. That's why I call this Need Audiobook Stats. Stat! It's funny. The other day, it was happened to have been scrolling through our Roku here at the house, and there's like, there's a channel that was showing old emergency episodes with what's it, Randolph Mantooth, there's John Gage, and Roy. The character was Roy, and now I just had his name, and it just blanked right out of my mind. Anyway, funny. I don't know. That just came up. When I said stat. I was thinking, oh, medical, right? Anyway, but I do want to share with you some audiobook stats that I think you'll find pretty fascinating. First of all, I just wanted to let you know a couple of things about the audiobook world. Number one, the audiobook world has been continually growing and expanding over the last several years at an average of about 26.4% growth annually. So that also brings this particular stat, which is fantastic, I think, is just mind-blowing, is that back in 2019, the revenue for audiobooks surpassed ebook revenue. And what's interesting is that gap continues to get wider and wider and wider and wider. And what does that tell us? It doesn't tell us that nobody's buying ebooks and paperbacks and all that. Yes, they are. Of course they are. But what that does tell us is that this is an industry, this is a market that you need to be in as an author brand. You got to be in the audiobook world, because there are people that haven't even discovered you who go to audiobooks first. And I hear this a million times, that people ask for audiobooks not by saying, hey, do you have an audiobook? Is your book in audiobook form? No, you know what I hear? Hey, are you on Audible? Can I grab your audiobook off of Amazon? Can I go to Apple? Oh, is your audiobook up on Barnes & Noble? Right? They're asking it for it by brand name. They just don't say, hey, do you have an audiobook? That's why it's important, especially to be on the AAA. What's the AAA? Audible, Amazon, Apple, the AAA. You got to be on those distribution platforms. Everybody knows what they are, what they do. Audible's very popular, of course. That's where people go. And that's where you need to have your audiobook. And if you want to put it on other platforms, that's great too. Because if it works for your marketing strategy. And that's an important key factor, because if you're just throwing it out there, that's not a marketing plan. But if you have a plan where it works, where you're putting your book out on other distribution platforms and it works for you, then yeah, that's great. Do it. All right. Now, if you've considered doing an audiobook and you haven't done it yet, this is what I do as an audiobook coach producer. I have an audiobook coaching program that is called Your Book, Your Voice. It's like I name everything. My podcast is called Your Book, Your Voice. My audiobook coaching program, of course, is Coffee Chats, Your Book, Your Voice, Coffee Chat. But the thing is, what I do is that I help authors like you through the entire process of creating an audiobook, because you know what? Creating an audiobook is a process. And if you're going to do it, you have to do it right. Now, there's two versions of the Your Book, Your Voice audiobook coaching program, which you can check out on my website at robertlanecoaching.com. But I do offer two services in this program. One is a 12-week one-on-one VIP program where I walk with you every step of the way. We meet weekly. We go over everything that it takes to create your audiobook. Okay. And we do it from setup and preparation to diving deep into what it takes to do an audiobook narration. I provide you the professional equipment that you need to record and set up your own recording space professionally at home. You can do it. You definitely can with proper guidance. And I do all the editing for you. I do all the uploading for you. Everything is done for you. So your job is to focus on doing a great narration. That's the VIP program. Now, I also have a do-it-yourself program, because if you want to dive in and, grab the bull by the horns and do this on your own, you definitely can. And I crafted a great do-it-yourself program that allows you to do that, where you do set up your own recording space, where I teach you, again, the fine art of what it takes to do a great audiobook narration. And then I teach you how to do your editing. You can do the editing yourself if you want. Now, it's very time consuming. And if you have the time to do it, do it. That's fine. But everything is there. And how to upload an Audible, Amazon, and Apple, getting on that AAA. And also how to distribute your audiobook on any other distribution platform. I take you through every single step. It's a great program. So check it out. Go to robertlanecoaching.com to find out more information. Or better yet, just book a call. Book a call with me. I'd love to talk with you about your book. We can talk about marketing strategies. It's always a free consultation. There's a link in the description, and there's also a link on those of you watching on Instagram. Just go to my profile page and click on that link, and I'll give you all the links to everything that I'm talking about. But on LinkedIn, of course, and YouTube, book a call. Book a call. That goes to my calendar directly. You will speak with me directly. As a matter of fact, when you do work with me, especially in the VIP program, you are working with me directly. I don't send you off to some VA somewhere or some other person. You and I work together. That's important. And in the do-it-yourself, again, everything is laid out for you in the do-it-yourself program. So check it out. All right. And give me a call. Let's talk. I'd love to talk about your book and give you more information about the program. All right. I just wanted to share that with you. I do want to share with you some other audiobook stats. So let's dive into that. Do you know that, let's see. What do I want to share with you? That a lot of people listen to their audiobooks via their phone, or they Bluetooth it, in their car when they're traveling. And did you know that about 45% of people who listen to audiobooks are listening to it on their phones? That's an interesting stat. And that nonfiction and fiction authors, well, really nonfiction has been growing again and expanding. So if you are a nonfiction author, you got to do your audiobook. Now, I mentioned about fiction as well, and you can narrate your own audiobook. And I say this because it depends on how you set up your audiobook. Is your book more of a narrative? If you're telling a story, then you should definitely narrate your own audiobook. Even if you have a group of characters, you can still do the dialogue. You don't have to force accent or a voice, or you don't have to do all of that, because it's the content that matters. Now, if you have some crazy fiction story that takes place like a Star Wars or something, where there's a million different characters and you want to do a million different voices and sounds and whatever, then hire a professional voiceover person who knows what they're doing. Make the investment to hire somebody who knows what they're doing, who is a professional, who can do multiple voices for you. All right. But if you're just doing an audiobook and your story is, even as a fiction author, a narrative, you can definitely narrate your own audiobook. And you should. You really should. Nonfiction authors, I'm a big advocate that all nonfiction authors need to narrate your own audiobook. You just need to. All of them. All of you. Narrate your own audiobook because it is your story. No one can tell your story better than you. All right. Another stat that I wanted to share with you is that, and I've heard this before, that people are saying, oh, you got to read a book. You got to read a book to really understand and comprehend and just, retain all the information that's in that book. Well, guess what? There were studies that were done that proved that whether you read a book visually or whether you listen to a book audibly, the comprehension and retention level is the same. It's the same. So whether you listen to an audiobook or whether you read a book, you're going to understand and grasp everything that you're listening to. And that's important because, again, I've had a conversation with a couple of people like, you got to read. No, you can listen. You can definitely use this sense that will allow you to retain and to comprehend what you are hearing. It's simple. It's just listening skills, right? That's another interesting fact that I wanted to share with you. And of course, remember that having an audiobook is just another source of revenue for your author brand. Putting your book in another format that people would like it to be in. Ebook, paperback, hardcover, audiobook. And one last little bit of advice here. Love your voice. Love the sound that comes out of your body because that's part of who your author brand is. That is part of who you are. And that is what allows you to stand out in a crowd. Okay? So narrate your own audiobook. Again, go to robertlanecoaching.com and book a call with me. Oh, I do want to also let you know, by the way, that I do have the Your Book, Your Voice podcast, which airs every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. on the East Coast. Join me for that as well. And we do it live on LinkedIn and on my Robert Lane Coaching YouTube page, YouTube channel. And then the following morning, it gets distributed to your favorite podcast platform. So join me for that. Love to have you join me. And again, at robertlanecoaching.com, all this information is there, and there's links in the description as well. But love to be able to talk with you. And if you want to sign up, especially for the Do-It-Yourself program, again, the link is there in the description. Just click on it, enroll. It's very affordable. You get all the tools you need, and you can get your audiobook done. I designed it to be a 6-week program, but since it's do-it-yourself, you can go at your own pace, but within 6 to 12 weeks, you're done and published, and your book is out there in your own voice. People can hear you tell your story. That's such a great thing. So click on the link, enroll, do it. All right. Because you're going to, again, expand your business out there and have people who don't even know you exist, who only listen to audiobooks, that are going to be able to hear you now tell your story. Okay. All right, my friends, I'm going to wrap things up for Coffee Chat today. I do appreciate all of you hanging out. Remember, if there's a topic that you'd like me to discuss, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. If you have more questions about the Your Book, Your Voice audiobook coaching program, whether the VIP program or the Do-It-Yourself program, the DIY program, reach out to me. I'd love to tell you all about it. All right. All right, my friends, we're going to wrap things up. You have a fantastic day. My last assignment to you, of course, is when you're out and about in the world, smile at a stranger, say hello to them, give them a compliment, because that small gesture of kindness can make the world of difference in somebody's life. So be a life changer. We'll say goodbye to our LinkedIn and YouTube friends first. You guys have a great, great day and a great, great weekend. Take care.